mean, that's something like I want right there. That's perfect size.
Whoa. Look at that. It's all, oh my gosh, up to the gate.
Yeah. Trying to look down his lane. I don't know if he brought his camper down here yet or not.
Was this your buddy's?
Yeah, one of them. His buddy.
Daddy.
Another deer there.
I don't want to get wet.
It's really moving right there too.
Yeah, I don't want to get wet.
I'm not going to get wet. I'm not going down in there that far. Just look at what's that? The plastic's it. He was smart enough to put that up here. Good power.
Wow, that's usually a long gravel lane that goes way back out in there, doesn't it, babe?
Yeah. You can see where it went down some. See it?
Yeah. Area here. This is usually all the way back. It's not that far up. We've had so much rain, and we're supposed to get more rain tomorrow and Friday.
This thing went down much.
The creek is usually way out there and past, so it is all up over the bank.
It's actually changed its thing, because you see grass? You see the grass? It's done went past where it normally is. Over top that grass is where the creek usually is.
Yeah.
So it's like come out of its banks, and it looks like it's trying to cut a new path. Grab it. That's a great pyramid. That's why I know him. Still made a man, put it on there, one in the middle. I'm really distraught about him solo dying. Alright, we're right down here at the bottom. Hopefully Dave won't say nothing. I don't imagine he will. Too muddy. We're gonna get wet. I don't want to get wet.
Leaving that in there.
The house float away yet?
We're going.
Oh.
Yeah? Oh my goodness. Gracious.
Dave said he's had it up here before. We can't go down there, babe.
Oh my gosh. So this is the creek we normally come to, and we normally take the kids to go swimming and stuff, and all of this is usually grass. Like way out there where it's fast,
Past the big tree.
past that big tree right there, it drops off, and that's where the creek is, down there. But it is all the way up over its bank and way in our neighbor's yard, filling up almost up here to their swing, which is crazy because those of you who have been on my channel for a while, you've seen us come down to the creek. So you've seen this area in past videos if you've been with me from the beginning. And yeah, this is crazy because we normally, I don't know if I can see the, where's that thing that we normally hang our towels on? The water thing or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about the sewer cat thing?
Yeah.
It's underwater.
It's underwater? Can you see it?
Well, you can see where it's hitting the top of it. See where the water looks like it's breaking? Right there between these trees?
Yeah, that
right
little spot.
And that sticks 3 foot out of the ground. Don't it? 2.5 foot?
Something like that. Which is
Carroll
crazy.
County wants to keep track of the
That's just crazy.
Side.
Listen, you can hear it.
Sewage pipes are underwater right now.
Listen, you can hear it. Wow. Big, huge log floating. I don't know if you can see. Right there. But that's a huge, massive log. And that water is just moving it. That's crazy. I mean crazy at how much water is out in the creek right now. We've had so much rain.
All right, friends. So at this point, we thought we would take a ride on the four-wheeler and go on the opposite side of the creek, on the opposite side of our development. So we thought we'd just take you guys along.
I gotta get the horsies. I can't get nothing. It's all gonna go in fast mode because you're flying. Don't put it on your head.
Barely.
Right?
I guess.
Then when you turn your head,
Need a GoPro.
it'll turn. I'm trying to hold the camera and my phone. You got a car behind you too.
Like car. $100,000 car.
They're behind us. Might want to pull over. I don't think you'll be able to see it very much from here. Wow, that was another big one.
That's the one piece of
No, they're still really far away from it. There it is, down there. Got a car behind you. Another one. Wow. This house is really high on the hill.
Yeah.
The creek is way down there when we float. We float by these houses.
That was a pond.
Little pond turned into a big pond. Alright, we're back on our road now. There's the horsies. We live by this farm. She has horses. We used to be able to feed them apples, but... Hey, horsey!
Jack.
Alright, so thankfully we now have our AC unit. Our new unit was put in. The concrete slab worked out great. We still have to, my husband still has to fill in these rocks and get all of this set up. I sprayed for like some weeds and stuff, but yeah, we've got our AC, so thank the good Lord. That is in and it is fixed. Okay, so we have had, as you can tell, it's raining. It is another dreary day. It is Thursday, and it has been raining since Sunday or Monday, somewhere. I mean, it's been raining all week. And we have lots of high water. As I showed you, the creek last night we went riding, and yeah, the water is up. I've had to make some actual, like, what do you call them? Alterations, like on my bus run. I've had to make, you know, some changes to my bus run to go different directions because of the road and the waters over some bridges and different things in different areas. And so, yeah, it's been crazy, and it's still calling for more rain. So thankfully the creek that I showed you from last night's clips is down below us where we are on our property, which I think I've told you this before. Go on, buddy. He loves being out on the porch. But let me flip you around and I'll show you. So where we are, this is our front porch here, and where we are, we go down our neighbor's yard over here, and he lets us go down. It's a big, deep embankment, and we go down, and the creek is way down there. So, but it was up getting in his backyard. I mean, his house is fine. His house is much higher, but it's across the street. So, yeah, it's crazy with all of the water that we've had and all the rain. My garden is getting nice and watered. But like I said, some of those plants have kind of broke off. So we'll see, you know, the garden's like a trial and error this year. So we'll see how it works out. But I just thought I would kind of show you that. But I also want to give you another update. If you've been watching my channel, you know how we had chickens, and then my husband, we bought, I think it was like 10, 8 survived, and we had little 8 baby peeps, and we've raised them, and those got a little bit bigger. We were able to move those up with, well, the first set of chickens, let me backtrack. The first set of chickens, they got out when we had a bad windstorm. Something got those chickens and left us one. So we had one laying chicken at the time. And then the little chickens that we raised, the first batch, they were big enough to go up there with, my husband called her Hen Solo. So they were big enough to go up there with her. And they were up there, it was fine. We went up and closed them in every night. All's well, was good. The next set that were coming up behind those, we had those in this back pen back here. I did a video and told you guys about this. Something got those and killed those. So we were down those chickens. So we had like, I don't remember how many, 8, 6, 8, 10, I don't know. Might have had 9. I don't remember. But we just had Hen Solo and the ones that were left. And the other night my husband came home, and it was the night before last. He came home and he wasn't feeling good, and he was laying on the couch and everything, and it wasn't even dark yet, but it's been raining. And whenever it rains really, really, like downpour or whatever, Bella will come inside, or Chocolate Lab will come inside, and she'll get in the basement. Let me pause. I gotta answer this. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. So, back to what I was saying. It's been raining, and whenever it rains, we bring Bella into our Chocolate Lab down into the basement, and that way she doesn't get soaking wet, because, you know, dogs will stink. So, and she needs a bath, so she hasn't been up here until I can get her a good bath and everything. So, anyway, she was in the basement, so she wasn't outside, because she will typically run stuff off. Well, it wasn't even dark yet. And my husband, like I said, he wasn't feeling good. He was in the living room laying down. And I think I was working on a video or something. And I went in and I asked him, I said, don't forget, you got to put the chickens away. And he got up and started to go up there. even though it still wasn't. It was just getting close to dark. And sure enough, something had already got in there and got our chickens, and they didn't leave any. Even hen solo is gone. So we have that many chickens, which really stinks because we've had chickens for 4 years at least, and I haven't had to buy eggs in forever. And, you know, we loved having our chickens because of that. But now my husband is like, he's done. He said, I am done. And our neighbor told us that he saw something. We've definitely seen some foxes around here. We have them. There was a big burn pile that was over on the property in the field next to us for years. And we never had any issues with foxes when that was there. The time that they burnt that burn pile, once they burned that down, I don't know if that just, I don't know. We've had issues ever since. So, well, this is our first year. So, yeah, it's just really frustrating. My husband's like super bummed because he spent a lot of money on buying chickens, you know, buying the feed, buying the, you know, the lights to brood them and raise them. And then also all of this out here where he's working on this little chicken house. And it wasn't even finished because he kind of got deflated by that. So now he's really deflated. So now he says, I asked him what he was going to do with it. He said he's just going to finish it and then he's going to paint it and sell it. So I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, I kind of hate giving up the chickens. I feel like there could be something that we could do. But I don't know. It's a bummer. I don't really look forward to buying eggs again. That's for sure. And our eggs were always the best eggs. We even had a friend who would come over and get eggs off of us, and he ranted and raved about we had the best eggs. So I just thought I'd give you that update on where we are with the chickens. We are down to 0 now. So it stinks, but, you know, like my husband said, you can't fight nature. You know, that's just the way, you know, the food chain goes. And so it stinks. But our neighbor did tell us, I started to say this, I don't think I finished. My brain has been crazy today. But he told us he thought he saw a coyote out there the other morning. And which is definitely they've been around here. So, you know, we don't know if it was just a foxes or if it was a coyote or I don't know. Something got them and ate them. And they were like picking them off, and yeah, it's not fun. And my husband was not happy. So that's the update on the chickens. So we'll see what happens as far as the rest of, if we ever get any again, I'll let you know. But that's just that little update right there.
All right, friends. So at this point, I know this video is kind of all over the place. This is actually 3 different days where I had filmed. This is now the next day on Friday. And I had come home from work and decided that I wanted to finally get my Easter things, all of those types of springy things, packed away. So I was placing the tulips, the bunnies, the eggs, all of that stuff in its totes to get it out of, you know, out of all of my living space and just kind of start fresh because summer's right around the corner. So I had already collected everything at this point and just placed everything on the table and was putting it in the totes. And then I'm going to switch gears and start setting up the coffee bar and fixing that. So let me get these things put away and then we'll get into that.
for the coffee bar. Since I got my espresso machine for Mother's Day, which you saw in my Mother's Day video.
Okay, don't go looking for a Mother's Day video because I had intentions of making one and I didn't get enough footage, so I never made one. So just ignore that little comment right there. I apologize. I did, however, have a wonderful Mother's Day, and I hope that you did too if you are a mother.
But I've not opened it because I wanted to make sure that I got all the things, at least the things that I needed. And then my husband got me a couple more pods for the Nespresso machine. But my daughter and I went the other day and we went through TJ Maxx and just was kind of looking around. And I went in there specifically for syrups. They've both been opened already because my daughter wanted to make a coffee. But I got the Mateo's coffee syrup, thin caramel brulee. So I got that one for a coffee syrup. And then Mateo's thin French vanilla. So I got 2 coffee syrups. That was what I picked up when I was in there. I also picked up, because my soap dispenser in the kitchen broke, so I did pick up this little dispenser, and it's really pretty. It's got just like a little design on it, and it was $4.49. So I picked that up so I can put my dish soap in there at the sink. And then I also picked this up for canola oils and cooking sprays, my olive oil, whatever. I'm not sure which one I'm going to put in here, but I did pick that up, a little spray to spritz. Next, I picked up these measuring spoons, which I thought were really cute. They're copper, and they're in the heart shapes. And then they say things like a pinch of joy, a dash of gladness, spoonful of affection, I think that's what it says, and a heap of love. So I thought those were really cute, and they were copper, so they would match the kitchen, or I could set them out also during Valentine's Day. The next thing that I picked up, this is different. I've already, as you saw, I've already put the spring stuff away. So I put the bunnies and, you know, the tulips, things like that away. I did leave the birds out in the living room. And I love the blue. It's pretty, but blue is just not me. I get tired of it really quickly in my house anyway, as a decoration color or whatever, you know. I do love it on my hutch over there, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pack the blue stuff away just yet. I may wait until after the 4th of July, and because when summer comes and around July, I'll put out like red, white, and blue, so it'll still match for that. But the tablecloth is kind of driving me crazy. But I want to redo the table, like strip it down. So I don't know if I'm gonna...
Okay, friends, I realize I've stopped this at a very awkward moment with my face, but while I'm editing this, I just got this harebrained idea, and I'm looking at the background, so I want you to help me. See my stovetop, not the stovetop, but the hood range. I'm sitting here like looking at the background, and I'm thinking, what would it look like if I painted that hood range the same color as like my trim and my doors that I've changed to? Everything else is like that creamier white, and then that is the revered pewter. So I'm sitting here staring at it, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, wonder what that would look like. So I don't know. I just thought I would pause the video here real quick and ask your opinion and see what you guys think. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Drop me a comment if you think that I should leave it white or I should paint it the revered pewter. So let me know, guys. I mean, really, what's the worst that could happen? If I don't like it, I guess I could always paint it back. But let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to know what you guys think. Okay, sorry guys. I apologize for the way my brain works, but now back to the video.
I'll put that away just yet, or if I'm going to hang on to it on the table for a little bit, because I can't do anything to the table until summer. I've got 2 weeks left of work. So today is Friday. But green is my favorite color. I love green. All shades of green. I'm not a huge fan of lime green. Not a huge fan of lime. But all the rest, hunter green, army greens, like grass green, those types of green. I love green. It's my favorite color. And I saw this and the color just popped at me, and which is different. But I just, there was something about it that I just loved. It has the little flower right there and vines and then a little wooden top that just, you know, just a little open canister. So I thought I could put the espresso pods in there. So that's what I got that for. I got that for the espresso pods. Then I also picked up this for it was on clearance for like $12. But I picked this up for the coffee bar, but I think I'm going to use this in the pantry. But it's a Lazy Susan, and it has little dividers. I don't know if I can hold it on my shoulder here. Little dividers that come out. So this side can be bigger. These are smaller. And it'll work really good in the pantry. And it's not too wide. I've already checked. So I think I'm going to use this in the pantry. And then the last thing that I picked up, which I didn't pick up at TJ Maxx, I picked this up at Amazon. But my niece told me for her Nespresso, instead of buying the pods all the time because it gets expensive, she bought this off of Amazon, and it's like a reusable capsule kit. So you can rinse your little cups out. You rinse these little cups out when you're done, and then you can refill it with coffee and then put it in here in this little machine thing or capsule, and it closes it and seals it, so you have new pods. So I picked that up, and that way that'll save me money in the long run. And then the next thing I picked up was, which I have not opened these yet, so I'm really hoping that they are actually okay. Let me get a knife. I've not checked these yet, but I picked these up because I'm going to fix up, and they're glass straws. There's 8 of them like this that are bent. I think there's 8. And then there's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 straight ones. So, but they're all glass straws. And I like the fact of glass because you can see through them and I can tell if they need cleaned. It also came with, they're in there somewhere. I don't have them open, but they're in there somewhere. But it came with like the little brush cleaners to clean them. But like I said, I like the clear because you can see. You can't see in a other straw. I mean, I have some, but you know, you just think of all that stuff that could be lurking in there and whatever. So I got those for the coffee bar. So I'm going to work on this coffee bar. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do just yet. I did pick up, because we have the K-Cup machine. Let me show you. This is the coffee pot that we actually have with the K-Cups, which I made coffee this morning. But it has the coffee pot on here. And we never use this. Like, we don't have company. We don't have or get a lot of company, and so we don't use that. So I told my husband I would rather just get like a smaller one to save space on here, and then I can just, you know, sell that one because it still works fine. It's just, it takes up a lot of space that we don't need. If I had a bunch of company that people drank coffee and came, like my mother-in-law's house, when they were living and we would go over there, she always had visitors and always had guests. So it was fine for them to make a pot of coffee. But even after a while, I think she just went strictly to the K-cups. And so it's just as easy to do that. So today, this was on sale at Walmart. So I picked up one of the small machines that's just for the cups. So I will have that and an espresso machine. So I'm gonna go ahead, play around with this coffee bar, and give you an overview of what it looks like. Everything is still the same from spring. I just removed the bunnies. But that's kind of what it looks like right now with just the one. And I'm thinking about this section down here, thinking about getting, if it will fit, getting like a little mini fridge, because where our coffee bar is here, the refrigerator is all the way over there. So when you want to get your cream or you want to get your heavy whipping cream or whatever, it's back and forth, back and forth. So I was thinking about possibly looking for a small refrigerator here to just put coffee creams, heavy whipping cream, things for the coffee machine in there. So that's just a thought. I did measure it. I found one that I think will work. So I'm not sure. I may go looking over the weekend and see if I can find something. If I do, I'll let you know. But I think that that would be really cool. It's a perfect spot for it because, yeah, I think it might work, but we'll see. But right now I'm going to go ahead and just play around with setting things up. So I have these, they're like slabs of countertop, I guess like the Korean, yeah, solid surface. And I bought these several years ago in Lancaster at one of the shops up there. They had like a bunch of different little cutting boards, but I put them underneath of the coffee pot, which as you saw, it definitely helps to protect like your surfaces. And since this is just a piece of furniture over here, I like putting the coffee pots on here. And I had this one under the old coffee pot, but I had another one over in the kitchen. So I brought it over here and I thought maybe I would put it under each. I don't know, we'll see. Mason jar. I just wiped it out, cleaned it out. And I'm going to put the straws coming out of this. And I'll clean the straws in just a minute. I just want to see what they look like. So there's all of the glass straws. Okay, so right now, this is where we are. I have the Keurig coffee machine over here. I will leave my lamp because I love my lamp here. In the mornings, my shade is crooked. Trying to do it with one hand, that's difficult. But in the mornings, I come down, turn that little lamp on. That's like the first light we turn on down here. We come down the steps and turn it on, and I love that lamp there. So I'm leaving the lamp, but I've got the Keurig coffee machine here, and then the espresso machine over here. I love the greenery on here because I like it to look decorated too. I still left my towels, but here, instead of having the long, what do you call that? This one, the long, what is that stuff? It's like 10, whatever. Instead of having that one over here, I remembered I had this basket my sister-in-law had purchased me, and I had it in the living room, so I took it out of the living room and brought it in here. So this kind of corrals, you know, all the things. My Nespresso pods are in here, so they fit nicely in that little, and I don't know, something about that thing I love. Probably because it's green, and I love green. I put the 2 coffee syrups here. I actually have these, but I'm not a huge fan of them because I really don't like the brassy color on here. I guess I could try to use some Rub and Buff. This stuff in here needs to be emptied. It is, I would say stuff goes bad after a while, and this one needs to be washed out, but I'm going to empty those and clean those out. But with using these, if I change my flavors, then I'm stuck with whatever flavor I have on here, and I might want to change it up. So I'm just going to clean those out and set those aside for now. If I decide to use those again, I'll use those maybe later. But, and then down here, obviously I said something about possibly getting like a little mini fridge, which would be kind of cool to do. But right now, I just left my coffee pods there. And if I do put a mini fridge there, I'll figure out another place to put the coffee pods. I need to go through these doors and organize and clean stuff out. Get rid of things that we're not using, things that we do use. I keep extra waters down here. There's some extra syrups, and then those are some extra mugs, which some of these mugs are supposed to go up here. The other one is a blue one, but we can put that one up there like that. So then the coffee mugs are hanging, but those are some extra coffee mugs. It's some marshmallows in there and then that's the hot chocolate thing, because I make this a hot chocolate bar in the winter time. But I'll go through these later. I'll have to go back to work here soon because, you know, I still have 2 weeks. So I just wanted to kind of play around with this in between my bus run and kind of work, you know, figure it all out. I do have this drawer right here, and in this drawer I keep all of my teas because I use my Sleepy Time tea at nighttime. It's good stuff. I use the Sleepy Time tea. That one has like melatonin in it. And this one here is Sleepy Time tea with immune boost. I like that one too. I got another one back here. Not sure what it is. Sleepy Time Extra. So I guess if I need extra sleep. But I keep those in here, and then I have all of these teas, you know, immune and stress, positive energy tea, just different teas. And this is not a tea holder, it's just a little bin from the Dollar General, or the Dollar Tree maybe. I'm not sure where I got it from. But I just kind of put all of my teas. There's a pumpkin spice tea. I like drinking, this is a throat coat. Yeah, so I enjoy drinking a glass of tea or a little cup of hot tea in the evenings. And then these are straws that I pull out at Christmas time. They're green and red, so they're festive. That's what I keep in my drawer, and I can organize it a little bit better later, but it's not too bad right now. It doesn't look too bad. And so teas are in there, K-cups down there, and an espresso pod. So I don't think it looks too bad. Let me move this stuff off of here for you guys to see. This is kind of probably not the best way to do a changing video and a decorating video, but this is how it works for me right now with working. I come home in the middle of the day and I have a little bit of time to kind of do stuff. Like right now it is almost 11:30, so I'll get ready and go back to work at like 1:30 and head back to work, and I can come home and tinker and do a little bit more this evening of whatever I want to get into. I might get into the pantry and put that little Lazy Susan in there to clean that up, and I'll show you that when I get back home. But this is, like I said, this is how I roll in the middle of the week because of working. You know, I just come home and tinker. I don't like to get involved in big projects because I'm not the type of person who wants to stop and leave. I want to continue. So I try to do just small things that I think that I can get accomplished in the middle of my day, and then leave and then come back. And, you know, with it being, it's Friday, my husband is gone away on a golf tournament this weekend. So it's just me and my girl tonight, and she is actually recovering. I had her in the ER last night, an accident. She's fine, but her and her boyfriend were carrying on, and they were trying to do a TikTok video. So we have it on video. I won't share it because, you know, she probably wouldn't want me to do that. But they have it on video. But they were trying to do this TikTok challenge, I don't know, where he was throwing her up on his shoulder. And when he threw her up, yeah, she hit the ceiling in the dining room. And my ceiling actually has a little dent in it. She hit pretty hard. But she has a concussion. So not a good thing, but she is okay. We ended up taking her to the ER because she was kind of acting, I just knew she was acting off. And I told her, my mama heart, I just want to know that you're okay, and make sure the head you don't mess with, you know, when you hit that hard, and she hit pretty hard. So they did a CT scan. Everything was normal. She's fine, thank God. But she needs to recover. She needs to just rest for 2 weeks. No screen time. Just kind of let her brain heal. So, yeah, it will just be my girl and I tonight because my son will be working. Like I said, my husband's gone. So I might tinker around here a little bit in the evening time this evening when I get back. But I wanted to show you guys just kind of what I did with the coffee bar. That's what it looks like so far. It doesn't look bad. I think it will work out. I'm actually excited to make an espresso. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it as good as my niece does it, but you know, with practice, you can learn. I'll see you when I get back. Alright, so I am back home, and it was storming really bad when I got in. It's past now. It was lightning and carrying on as I was driving home. But I'm home, and we were going to go out town, but I think we've opted to just stay in. So my girl and I are just going to do something here. I don't know what we'll eat. We might just make a bowl of soup or something. We'll do something quick and easy. But I'm going to add some brown sugar to the coffee bar because she said, Mom, you need to put some brown sugar over here because I saw some recipes where they were using brown sugar. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got this little mason jar with a little screw top lid, and I had one of those little, what are they called? Those little, are they stones? Terracotta little bears or whatever. And I have one in here, but I know I had another one when I bought it. And I can't find it anywhere. So I'm going to have to get me one of those. But I'm going to go ahead and add some brown sugar in there. And she's doing okay. She's just still hurting a little bit, but she's recovering. So, feeling a little bit better? Kind of. Yeah, a little. Kind of. Alright, so I'll get one of those little terracotta bears and put in here later, unless I find my other one, wherever I put it. Okay, so now we have cinnamon, we have brown sugar, this is monk fruit sugar in here. And then our honey. I need to get one of those caramel drizzles so we can have some caramel, because I love caramel anyway. And we'll put that on here. So our little tray is looking pretty good. And I moved this bin that had these chargers in it. And I think I'm going to put it back over there on that stand and then move that. But I'm not sure where yet. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and fix this in the pantry. And I might have a Lazy Susan to put somewhere else to use. So I'm going to use some lemon oil. I don't know if you can see. It works every time. So if you ever have anything that is with a price sticker and you need to get the residue off, sorry, excuse me, lemon oil. I use doTERRA, but any lemon oil will work. So now they won't fall off of this. This little Lazy Susan didn't have deep sides on it. So this one will kind of keep everything from falling off. I still have one down here that's like that. And I could put this one somewhere else, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll find a spot for it. I don't get rid of Lazy Susans and things like that, so.
All right, so at this point, my daughter and I, we were getting ready to start dinner, and she was making a new recipe that she had found online. So that's what we're doing right now.
Okay, so what are we making, Taylor?
Cheesy taco pasta.
She found a recipe on Pinterest?
Easy. Yeah, I'm not following it though.
Oh, I guess we're gonna tweak it and make it
Yeah, I feel like we can improve
our own.
it.
We can improve it, she said. So we are going to make cheesy taco pasta. And I think we're adding peas into it.
Yeah.
I don't normally like peas unless it's with mashed potatoes.
It's an option. I'm gonna make it on the side. I'm gonna add it in my.
Oh, on the, okay, gotcha. I don't know. I'm following her lead on this one. We're just hanging out tonight, so that's what we're doing. And while we're hanging out, I am like tinkering in the kitchen, moving stuff around.
She's doing a lot.
So
Taylor's making dinner.
I'm helping. I moved this contraption, holder, whatever you stand. That's what you're going to call it. This stand from over here that we had our butter on. And then since we no longer have chickens, as you've heard, yep, we lost them. So I no longer need to keep the eggs on the counter, so I'm going to move that. This I usually keep garlic in, but I moved it because this doesn't really hold enough. I don't know. Maybe I can move that over. Maybe. And set that there like that. Because I keep garlic in here, fresh garlic. This is shallots in there right now. And then I keep real butter out, but there is no butter right now. I gotta get butter. So I put that there. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't decided if I like it yet. I do like the fact that this is more cleared off by my sink. And I brought this crock back over here. This was my mother-in-law's. And it's bigger, so it's easier to get things in and out. So I'm just tinkering. This kind of stuff here will stay the same. This is the old coffee pot, so I'll have to put it maybe in the churchyard sale. I don't know what Matthew will want to do with that. I took the lid off of this. I don't know where I put it. I might have thrown it away by accident. But the air fryer stays. The crock pot stays. This stays because it kind of hides the outlet back there. And then this stays, but I will tweak it because I moved the one cutting board that was for Easter, so I will tweak this a little later. I'm not going to do anything with it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I might. I say that I might not, and if we're in here and I'm tinkering around, then it's hard to tell what I might get into. So, but we're cleaning, or I'm cleaning, cooking. Here's the storm. We had kind of a nasty storm that came through as I was riding home from work, and yep, my patio looks awful. That's got to go. We got to figure out what to do with it. The trash can's back here. We got to move everything. It's just a mess. But the garden has gotten plenty of water this past week. I need to get my stakes for my tomato plants and get them tied up better. But yeah, everything else is just kind of a mess. My son, I got him to get the pressure washer out because I was thinking about pressure washing the, might have you way too close, I do. Ooh. The porch off, but when it was storming, I was like, well, maybe I'll do that tomorrow morning. Anyway, that is what we're doing this evening, so hang on, we'll see what we get into. All right, so I might try this in this cabinet here, and I'm thinking to put it right here. I normally have this that holds like our popcorn flavors, and you have to pull it out. So I might try to put all of this, corral it and put it, I'll keep these because they're like packets. So I'll keep those in there, but I might put all of this on this. All right, I think that works. This is probably gonna be a video I should title like piddling evening or something. Come piddle with me. Let me know if any of you, this is how you kind of, you know, you don't set to do one thing, but you see something and you think, oh, I'll change that now. That's kind of how it works sometimes. And if I don't show it to you as I'm doing it, you'll come back and it'll already be done because I will just piddle along.
going. I'm thawing the beef. It's taking a hot minute.
Now I gotta stop making fish broth.
And it's sitting in here for now. It's not cooking yet because it's not all thawed. Then I'm starting the cheese sauce because I feel like it's gonna take a hot minute. It's butter. Let the butter melt. Add 2 tablespoons of butter. Let the butter melt just a little bit. Add 2 tablespoons of flour. Whisk it really good until it's smooth. Add a cup of milk. We're gonna add some cheese and some shredded cheese and then some Rotel.
Where are you tonight? Like you need me all alone. I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You made another and... What?
Are you
Let me know if you know where that's from. What that's off of. She's too young. She doesn't know. But let me know if you know what that song was from.
No one does.
Yes. There are people out there that do. There are people out there that have a dad, like my dad, who used to watch that thing every Friday or Saturday night. Good, so we're gonna see what it tastes like. I'll let you know.
These first and I'm gonna add
Did you put salt and pepper in it?
Yep.
Pray.
Dear Lord, we come before you this day. We praise you. Thank you for this day that you've blessed us with, Lord. We thank you for the sunshine this morning, and we praise you for the storm to remind us of your power and your authority, Lord God, and just your provision and giving us rain for our plants outside. We thank you for this food that you provided for us. And yeah, Lord, we bless your name and pray that we bring glory and honor to you today and in the future. It's in Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Thank you for keeping your hand upon Taylor. Amen. All right. Make sure I got a little bit of everything.
I don't think that's hard to do. It smells good.
It does smell good. All right, on 3. 1. Make sure it's cool. We don't want to be like, ah! 1, 2. You ate before.
I was trying to test it with my
1, 2, 3. Definitely tastes like taco. Different with the noodles.
Do you like it?
It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I want food.
All right, friends. So that's going to be the end of today's video. We've got dinner.
I put some peas
Oh,
on
she's
mine.
trying hers with some peas. That doesn't look bad, actually. So. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this was a different kind of video, you know, setting up the coffee bar and then just middle of the day stuff and evening things, but we're gonna go and we're just going to chill out this evening, just relax, turn the lights off so that they don't bother her head or anything, and we're just gonna enjoy each other's company tonight. So I'm gonna end with some clips of the coffee bar. Thank you so much for joining me. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below, and Lord willing, friends, there'll be another one. Bye.